What's going on, everyone? This is Mr. BlackMagik of the DRM Gamecast, and this is my review for Kingdom New Lands on Xbox One. Now, this is a very different style of game than I'm used to. I haven't played anything else like it. The art style reminds me a lot of Dear God, if you ever played that on Xbox One, but as far as gameplay, I've never played anything like this game. It's very unique, very interesting. So the way the game works is you start off as a king or queen. You can actually choose the way your character looks off the beginning. But the way it works is you're essentially managing a kingdom. It's a simple strategy game, but it's also a management type of game in the sense that you don't actually do anything yourself. You just kind of get people around you to do things. So there's a little mantra that comes up near the beginning in the tutorial section. It's build, defend, expand, and I think that sums up, along with upgrade I'd throw in there as well, which also goes into build, but that really summarizes the game as a whole. So when you start off, you're trying to build a kingdom, and the way that works is you set up your camp. And the game will start you off with a couple of coins. Coins make everything run, essentially. They're the economy. So you have to recruit people. There'll be just random people walking around in like little shacks in the woods. So there'll be like a little hut in the wood. And you can drop a coin for them, and that'll recruit them to your kingdom. It'll recruit them to your village. They become a villager. And then to start off with, you'll have a little store for hammers and a little store for bow and arrows. And so you have to pay with coins to create one of those. So you pay 3 coins, you make a hammer. You pay 2 coins, you make a bow and arrow. And then a villager will run up and grab whichever one is free. Like I said, you can't really direct anything. It's more of just, hey, if there's a hammer available, the first villager that gets to it is going to go grab it. If you make a bow and arrow available, the first villager that gets there is going to grab it. You don't really assign anyone, they just kind of do it on their own. And so when you start off, it's builders and archers. The builders build up your base, so you can build walls, you can build farms, you can build towers for the archers. And if there's an available space, the archers will just go into the tower and they'll defend. And when an archer, and so on the archer side, they will, like I said, stay in the towers for defense. And then they won't do anything else. They'll just sit in the tower and defend the castle. And then archers on the ground become hunters. So there's rabbits and deer that'll be running back and forth around the map. And they'll actually shoot those, and then when they shoot them, a coin will drop. So like a rabbit will drop 1 coin, a deer will drop 2 or 3. But it's nothing on your end. You know, you don't get to shoot a rabbit and just collect coins. You can't just run around shooting rabbits and collecting coins for yourself and then come back to the base and build something. You know, you can't aim for the guy. You can't tell him, hey, here's a rabbit right here, shoot him for me. You know, it's all on the AI. You just kind of put the bow and arrow in their hands, and if they shoot them, they shoot them. You know, I've seen it where they'll miss horribly, and it's just like, come on, give me that damn bow and arrow, and I'll shoot it myself. So that's why I said it's really a management game as well as a strategy game, because you don't have any direct influence on how things play out. And so this all kind of comes together when it turns to night. So there's a day-night cycle. When it turns to night, there's these creatures that come out and they will attack. They'll break down the walls. That's what the walls are for. They're to try and slow them down. So when they are heading towards your kingdom, they have to get past the walls first, and then usually you'll have an archer tower behind a wall so they can kind of shoot down over the wall. And then if you have some archers on the ground, they'll arch their shots up and over the wall and hit them. And the game is pretty brutal in the sense that if you do die, it works, your coins, when you have coins, it kind of works as a shield. Whereas if a creature hits you, it'll drop a coin out of your purse, basically. instead of hitting you directly. So it's kind of like a protection barrier there. But if you don't have any coins and they hit you, your crown flies off. And if they steal your crown, then it's game over. But you can pick it up. So say you're running to the left and they hit you from the right and your crown flies off to the left, you can run up and pick it back up and you're fine. But if they manage to grab it and run away with it, it's game over and you have to start back from day one. So it's pretty brutal in that sense, and I've restarted many times. I've gotten killed 2 or 3 times. It's pretty hard because it's one of those things where it's all about the early game. You know, if you get kind of into a position where you're out of money, you know, around day 10, 15, you're kind of going to be screwed. You have to have that early game where you set up your defenses right, so they're strong enough to defend, but also you don't want to just blow all your money on defenses. The 2 ways I found to make good money was to have a lot of archers not in towers. So you want some in towers, but you don't want all of them in towers, because the ones that are on the ground will become the hunters, and they will kill rabbits and deer, like I said, and collect money for you. When you start expanding your base, it's like your main base kind of just starts off as a campfire, but then you can upgrade it and then there'll be a bunch of tents, and then you can upgrade again and it'll be kind of a religious temple. And then you can upgrade again and it'll be a stone castle, and eventually you get into stone, so you can have stone walls, you can have stone archer towers. You get knights as well. A knight will have a full suit of knight armor with the shield, and he'll also have 3 archers following him around, kind of as his bodyguards. And then you can also have farmers, where you start to build farms. The farmers will go in there, harvest the crops. When you walk by them, they'll drop tons of coins for you. You also get to later on where you have kind of like an innkeeper, I guess you could call him, where you can drop him off coins if you have excess coins, because if your little purse fills up, you'll just start dropping coins all over the place. And they'll drop in the water and you'll lose them, so you can give it to him and he'll kind of store it in the bank for you. And then when you run by him, if you don't have a full purse, he'll drop some back for you. And so, like I said, I mean, the game it's very difficult, but at the same time, it's very simple. It's a really unique game. I haven't played anything like it. I've been enjoying it a ton. There's a lot of strategy to it, because I've made it up to about day 40, I believe, and then I died. And the way I had it was I set up very strong, fully upgraded defenses on the right side, because when you first start off, you can see there's a portal where the creatures come out at night. And so the portal was to my right, and there was nothing to my left. So I built up 2 fully upgraded defenses on the right side, where I had a fully upgraded stone wall, fully upgraded archer tower that could hold 3 archers, and then behind that I had another fully upgraded stone wall and another fully upgraded tower, and then it was my base. So they had to get through both of those before they got... And the base isn't necessarily something that they can attack, so it's not really a big deal if they get to the main part of your base. It's not like they destroy that. But it's just, if they get past kind of those first few walls, they can start killing all your people. And then you'll have to recruit more people, and you'll have to get more... spend money on more tools to give to these new people. So it's kind of one of those things where if you can keep them on the outsides, everything else on the inside is a little more safe. And in total, there's actually 5 lands. I've only been on the first land. So the way the lands work is you can actually destroy the portals. So when you have a knight, there's a little icon where you can send the knight off to attack the portal. And so he'll run towards the portal with his 3 archers, and they'll actually go and try and destroy it. I haven't yet been able to successfully destroy it. I've done damage to it. But it's kind of difficult because depending on how your base is set up, you can actually keep expanding towards the portal. So you can chop down trees, which clear a path for you to build farther along the map. And so you can keep expanding towards the portal. So then when you do send off your knights, maybe they'll start off a lot closer to the portal. You know, and you'll have some archers and some other defenses a lot closer to the portal. But if you're like me, where you didn't expand that far, then your knights have to kind of run a long ways, and by the time they get there, maybe it's already nighttime, and so the enemies are coming out and attacking them. And the knights are they really seem just to attack. Their only purpose is to attack the portal, because they don't go slashing through a bunch of enemies like you might think. And then the other way is to build a boat. There's a boat that you can find just out in the woods, and you can repair it, and then you can set sail for a new land. I also haven't been able to do that yet. That costs a lot of money to fully get that boat going and get the sail on it and everything. But like I said, there's 5 lands in total. There's different seasons that the game goes through, day-night cycle, and I really enjoyed this game. Like I said, very unique. I haven't played anything like it. Very difficult though at the same time. Overall, I'd give it around an 8 out of 10. I think that's where I'm settling on. Very good game. The description for all the information you need to know is down below, and thanks for watching, guys.